Hi everyone, this is Mohammad Amir Khan back with another video. In this video, I'm going to continue on my SQL scripting parts. So this is the part 4 of SQL scripting in HANA. Okay, so after this part, I'll be just stopping on creating next parts, and I'll go towards the performance tuning techniques. Okay, so I am getting requests in YouTube and in messages that to take a session or to record a session on performance tuning techniques. Okay, so in after this session, I'll try to pick up the topic anyhow. So in this topic, in this video, I'm going to explain brief about stored procedures with and without parameters. I think I have already covered this part in some of my other videos as well. So as part of scripting, I'll just try to take up this one. And the new thing in this video should be like creating a stored procedure using while loop. Okay, you'll come across while loop, the syntax and example, how to use it, and purpose of using it. Okay, so okay, let's get started now. So what is stored procedure? Okay, so stored procedure is created to save some SQL code, SQL statements. Okay, we can reuse that the SQL statements which are there inside the stored procedure in other stored procedures or in calculation views, etc. Okay, so if you have an SQL query that you write over and over again, okay, so instead of writing that over and over again, we can save it as a stored procedure and we can call it to execute it every time. Okay, so you can create a stored procedure and you can call it with the help of call statement. Okay, so once you call it, that stored procedure get executed, which means all the statements inside that stored procedures get executed. Okay, you can pass parameters in a stored procedure, but it's not mandatory. uh, so I have few points that needs to be discussed as part of stored procedure. So I can use both DDL and DML commands inside stored procedure, and parameters is not mandatory. And a table function also can be used inside a stored procedure, and it may return or may not return any output. Okay, so if you are dealing with only DML commands, the first priority or table function is recommended, which is discussed in previous videos. And if you are working with some logic which requires some DML commands like insertion, deletion, and all, so then you can go with stored procedure. Okay, stored procedure is something which you are dealing with DML commands. Okay, table function is something which you are dealing with DDL commands. Okay, so this is where you need to choose which needs to be selected or which needs to be created upon your script. Okay, which is going to be there inside the table function or stored procedure. Anything which is only like selects, better go with table function. Anything which is like creation, insertion, deletion, go with stored procedures. Okay, clear. So next I'm going to create a few stored procedure, one with parameter and one without parameter. Let me go first and create without parameter. Okay, we have been seeing how to create uh, it, how to create stored procedure over and over again. It's one more time which I am going to demonstrate how to create a stored procedure. Going into development perspective in the repositories, just expand, take the folder in which you want to create a stored procedure, right click, new, and go to others. Here you will find stored procedure, or you can search it if you are not finding. Next, need to give the name of the stored procedure. Let's say stored procedure SP without parameter 01, something like this. I can select some schema in which you can also be able to see this stored procedure definition. Okay, I'm going with this schema. Next is finish. So in this stored procedure, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new table. Okay, what that new table does is it will select the records from some other table with some condition. Okay, so the syntax stays as it is. I don't want the reads SQL data. If I have this, it will not allow me the DML command. So I'll comment that one. So whenever you're dealing with DML commands, you don't need to have this in your code. So between begin and end, I'm just creating a new table. Create table in schema this. I need to write column to make sure I'm having a column based table. So here I am trying to read VBAP table. Okay, let me just see what is there inside it. I have location, name, and other details. I want to see the table. I want to create a new table based on this data, and I want to see only the values, only the records which is of Mumbai location. Okay, so VBAP, right? So VBAP underscore M is my new table. So I want to create it as select star from VBAP where my location. What is the location? Yeah, same location. Location equals Mumbai. Okay. So ends with semicolon. So this is the where location equals to Mumbai. So I've started this bracket and to end the bracket. So here I am creating a new table inside the stored procedure, and the table takes the data from this table VBAP with condition location equal to Mumbai. Okay, so when I execute this, stored procedure is created. So what I need to do is I need to call the stored procedure in order to execute the statements which are there inside the stored procedure. So let me call this with the help of call statement. So the call has been performed. Now what the stored procedure is doing is it's creating a new table. Let's see if I have a new table now. If the new table is created, the definition will be like this. Selecting all the records from VBAP and with the location filter as Mumbai. Okay. So let's see. So select from VBAP underscore. Yeah. So see, I'm getting all the records which are having a location as Mumbai. So whenever I want to refresh this table, I just need to call the stored procedure. So let me, if I'm calling it again, it will execute this create statement, which makes like duplicate stored procedure table name. So let me show you that. So if I'm calling this, it will say duplicate table name. So cannot create duplicate table name used. So I need to drop it for the for once. So drop table like that underscore m. So I need to execute it again. So it is created. So whenever I call this, it will drop first and create it again. Okay. So it will not, it will allow you to call in a number of times now. So call it. Okay. Again, see the data inside the table. So yeah. So again, if you call it again, it will not throw any error. It will execute both the statements which are already there in the stored procedure. First, it drops and then it creates. Okay. Whenever your VBAP table gets updated, so again, if you call the stored procedure, it will refresh the data with the reference of the data present inside the VBAP table. It's straightforward. So you can use this syntax and go ahead and create a stored procedure. I have given multiple examples on stored procedure. So using case and all other stuffs. So you can refer my other videos also, which is created for demonstrating stored procedure. This is the first thing. And the second thing is with parameter. So with parameter is like I'll give the location at the runtime. Okay. The same stored procedure, but I want to give the location at the runtime, which means it's not static always. It's not every time I don't want to see Mumbai. I want at the runtime, I want to decide which location I'm going to filter. So here I want to say in parameter in IP in any name as location. The data type is like integer, not integer, and varchar some 20. Okay, there is no syntax error. Good. Here I need to make it as the name IP underscore like this. Okay. So here whenever I execute, okay, call the stored procedure, what it expects is it expects some value in the input. Okay, it's filtering the location based on your input value. Okay, let me execute once. Good, there is no error. Now let me call this uh this one Mumbai. It's not allowing. Let me copy with like this. Okay, so like this. So when I execute this, it will throw an error stating the wrong number or types of parameters. So it is expecting some parameter to be there. So let me give Hyderabad. So maybe without quotation and see for if it works. Invalid column name Hyderabad. So where IP location. Okay, I'm creating it from VBAP, correct. Okay, so where it's going wrong. Okay, let me try to use some other name. Invalid column name. Okay, whenever you are dealing with this sort of scenarios, you require declaration. You need to declare some variable where one and it is equals to IP underscore location. Okay, so here also where one and here you need to give the data type as and okay, declare create. Yeah, so here declare and I need to assign the var one with this one here. So what var one will hold? It will hold the value of IP underscore location. Here it's not like this. Var one uh, declare the name of the variable and your data type like this. Semicolon. Let me execute now. Good. So let me call it with Mumbai. Like this. Cannot use duplicate table. All right. So let me drop the table first. Drop table, name of the table. Execute one more time. Okay. So now at the runtime, I'm giving the name of the location. So let me check this table. Uh, the table which is created is T underscore VPAP underscore, right? So this table here I'll get the data for Mumbai. Now if I execute the stored, call the stored procedure for Hyderabad, so it got called successfully and I'm seeing the data for Hyderabad. So here, so what we have done is we have created one input variable because we want to input some value at the runtime. So I'm declaring this. This is the syntax to declare it. And after begin, I need to declare one variable and assign some value to the variable. I'm assigning the value of IP underscore location. Okay. And where one will have whatever you are placing it in IP underscore location at the runtime. So where one will have Hyderabad in the current case. So now where one I'm filtering it in the select statement. Okay, so Hyderabad will be selected in the where and you are getting all the data of Hyderabad from VBAB and that output will be the input for this create statement. Okay, this is the thing. So let me go to the other example which is planned to show, that is with while keyword, while class, while statement. So in while statement, I am going to create a stored procedure to display the data of to find the date as from date equal to first of last current month minus 3 and to date as current month. Okay, last date. Current month last date. To date will have this current month's last date, and from date will have first date 01 first of current month minus 3. So it will have second of uh, January, sorry, second February 1st 2023, and to date will have uh, fifth month, like last date of fifth month 31st of May. Okay, I want to see last 3 months means, so first Feb 2023 in from and 31st May 2023 as to date. So every time dynamically I want to fetch the date value in from date as the first date of month minus 3. Okay, now is May. So May, April, March and February, like this. Okay, so I want to go 3 months before and pick the date as first of that month with year. Okay, so and to date is the current date. Okay, so let me show you. This is just a demonstration. So you may be able to create in multiple ways. I'm just demonstrating how to use the while keyword. Okay. So here I am creating a stored procedure with this name. I'm declaring several variables. I'm declaring period 1 as a variable with the data type this one. I'm declaring a variable counter 1 with data type this one, and I'm giving a default value as 0. And I'm creating a year and picking the default value as current year and taking a current month and last date as last day of the current month or current, yeah, current month and year. So this is what I'm declaring. This is how you can declare. Just focus on how we need to declare variables. So it goes with declare keyword, variable name, data type. So if you have some default value, default, okay, as 0. So this is what I'm creating because I need to use this inside my script. So now I'm creating a while loop. So while is like started with while, ends with end while. So while, after while, I'm writing a condition. I'm writing condition counter should be less than or equal to current month. Okay. So this is my condition. So what it does is first it will take counter as 0, counter 1 as 0. Then it checks the condition with current v underscore current month. V underscore current month will hold the current month. Okay. So it will check if it is less than or equal to 5. If yes, yeah, 0 is less than or equal to 5. It will go inside. Let me take it as 1. So yeah, let me take it as 1. So 1 less than or equal to current month, 5, true. So what it does is it does v under it will create, I'm creating one more variable v underscore month end. And what is the definition of it? So I'm selecting year of current date, which means now, and write off like counter 1. So counter I'm concatenating write off write off, I'm writing 0, and I'm writing counter 1 minus 2. Okay. So whatever the counter 1 value stays for you, so I'm subtracting by 2. Okay. So here it should be 3, so for last 3 months. Okay. And I'm picking the last two characters from right. So if it have, so 10 for example, so 0 10 it will be there. So I want last two characters. If it is only 6, so I want to write 6 before to this. Okay. So I'm creating 0 1 with concatenating 0 1, which will give me the from date, start date or from date. And the same way I'm unioning and writing a date. Okay. So which will give me the last date. Okay. So current year. Okay. And write off this 0 and your counter 1 value. Here I'm not subtracting anything, which will give me the current month. Okay, if it is single digit month, so I want 0 to be added. If it is double digit one, I want to take the write off two digits. Okay, then take the last date from this variable. So it will give you the last date from the current month. Okay, so I'm getting started and date. So I'm unioning it. So which means I'm getting two records here. One record will have two fields, date one field and period one field. Period one will have start date and date will have the first of uh, the last third month, and in the same way end date. Okay. So every time I'm adding a counter. So first it was 0, again 1. First it was 0, 1, right, by default. So now I'll add with 1. Counter will become 1 plus 1 as 2. So again it will run 3, 4. In the same way it will run up till 5. So 5 less than or equal to 5. Yes, it will run for 5 and give the counter value as 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. So here the month is becoming 2 in start date. Okay, this is how I am subtracting. So again dropping the table and creating a new table. In this I'm doing string aggregation. So if I don't do string aggregation, I'll get two records, right? Two records. So here let me show you without string aggregation and with string aggregation. So this is without string aggregation. So let me do not disturb this. It will take a lot of time to demonstrate this. Just try to follow the syntax. So what I'm doing is I'm aggregating the string with when it is started, when the period one is started, then select date one from this one, month underscore date variable, uh, and select only that record which is having the period one value as start one, and also period one as uh, not equal to blank. So I may not require this one. Let me try remove and execute it. So I'm having two records, okay, in v underscore month end. So I'm creating two variables, okay. One variable as start one, which will just aggregate those two fields, okay. So if I execute this, completed successfully. I call this, calling is done. So if I execute the table inside that stored procedure, it will give me C, last first date of 2023 and 31st of May 2000. So this will give me last 3 months date. So if I want to, I can use this two fields in any of my calculation view, and that will make sense to me to filter the data as by using input parameter and put start date and end date, and it will bring me only records which are created for last 3 months. So if I execute, if I open this calculation view, I have used those stored procedure. I have used the stored procedure. Okay, so which is having started and ended. All right. So I'm using T underscore date. It is having some four fields: name, date from date to and amount. So here in the input parameter, I have created two variables. I have just used the table T underscore ME and use start date. Okay. See, in this particular stored procedure, I'm creating a table T underscore ME, create column table name, and I'm creating two fields, start one, end one. In start one, it will give me the value of date one, okay, where my period is equal to start date. Okay. Period one and date one are two different fields. So I'm writing a where condition, and if I execute this, it will give me two values. Okay, two values, like date one will have two values. Okay, date one will have, if I execute this for you, how it will be is, counter one I'm using, right? So let me use 0 like this. Okay, and here let me use 0.5. I'm statically I'm doing this just to show you what's happening internally. Okay, so let me execute this. This is also not there. Okay, 31st. Now, see, this is how you will get. You have a date one, and you are giving the 1st of February, and you are unioning with this data set also. So like this you are having, but I don't want like this. I want one field as date from, one field is like date two. So what I have done is I have written one more select statement inside your final table definition. So here what I'm doing is I'm making it as a blank. Okay, I'm making it as a blank. I'm not writing else part here. If you can see, case when this is equal to this, then do this, and that's it. So if it is not a start date, if it is an end date, it will throw me a null value. Okay, here what I'm doing is I'm concatenating that null value along with the start date value, which by that I'm giving you one particular date, that is a start date. I'm creating a new column, that is start one, okay, and end one. So that is what I'm getting it in here, start one and end one. If I go to this, start one as the standard size. Okay, so hope this is clear. Just focus on the script what I have written here. This is string aggregation case, and these are the simple keywords I have shown in other videos as well. So I'm just aggregating the strings. Okay, if I'm not aggregating, what it will happen is it will give you two records. It will give you two records, as you can see, but uh, here at the start, here it will give this value for start date column, and the other value will be blank. It will give you like this. So to don't aggregate the string, what will happen is start date. If I'm creating new field, start date one or and end date one. So in start date one, you will get 20230201, and I will get one more value as blank. And here in end date, you will get blank here, and you will get your end value 20230531. So if you don't aggregate, you will get like this. You can try in your system. What I'm doing is I'm concatenating these two values and making it as a start date. Concatenating this making as end date. So this is what I have done in the scripting. So you can watch carefully what is happening here, and you can execute the string without string aggregation. Okay, and you can find two values what I'm showing. So this can be used in the table input parameters also. By this you can achieve the last 3 months of data. Okay, you can retrieve the last 3 months of data only. If you see in this one, you will see data for like 5 or 6 months. Since January 2021 you are having the data, and last 3 months data is this one only, not this one as well. So 6 and this is 2022, sorry. So this and this 4 and 5. So when I execute this, you will see 4 and 5 months, record 4 and record 5. Okay. So with the help of this while statement, what we are doing is we are bringing the dates, okay, which is of current month last date and last 3 months first date. Okay, so I'm using this while loop to do it. So you may be able to do with some other keywords, maybe like some other logic, but this is just to demonstrate while. So you can make use of while like this. Okay, hope this is clear. You can feel free to comment me if you have any doubts. I can explain you in an easier way. Uh, okay, so thanks for watching this video. I'll try to create the next video on performance tuning technique, since I'm getting a lot of like requests on that. So thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.